What's up, guys, and welcome back to 8 Count. Today we're going to be talking about Jake Paul versus KSI and everything that's going on again. As we all know now, Jake Paul is meant to be fighting Nate Diaz on August the 5th, or is he? After the Misfits 06 event, a lot happened. Nate Diaz was filmed having a brawl with a Logan Paul lookalike. There's now a warrant out for his arrest for battery or something or other, and that could jeopardize the fight with Jake Paul. Since then, KSI has seen that and put out a comment saying, "After I KO Fournier in May, I'll be ready in August to fight you, Jake." Jake responded saying, "Thanks for that. It'll be at 185. Thank you for being such a great sport," being sarcastic basically, and saying he has to fight on his terms because he's stepping in for Nate Diaz. I don't know if I want it like that. I don't want it to be like a step in. I want it to be the build up for their fight, for their card, and I don't think it will happen in August. With that being said, there's so much happening around this fight. So Mams Taylor came out and said that Jake has rejected 2 fight deals now for August and December. We all know that KSI said he wanted until the end of the year to fight Jake. He got back into the ring against Temper with a convincing knockout. I think once he beats Fournier, I say, he'll be ready to fight Jake. It's a sticky one, right? Because if Jake is now avoiding the fights with KSI, then what does that got to really say? Jake apparently agreed to a 2-fight deal with Nate Diaz, where he sees him fight once in boxing and once in MMA. And let's be honest, there's only one man that benefits, and that's KSI. If Jake is fighting the boxing fight first and then going to MMA, that means he's going to be taking his focus away from the boxing side of the sport. And I know you don't lose what you've learnt, but at the end of the day, it's going to affect you. All the grueling hits you're going to take, the punching, the kicking, the sparring, the submissions. It's going to take a lot out of you, and that's a lot to learn for Jake. So with that being said, with KSI going full throttle on the boxing side of things until he meets his man and eliminates him, I think that benefits only KSI. So I think it would be in Jake's best interest to fight KSI earlier, talking this year, and getting it over and done with. We all know now he has faced a loss in Tommy Fury, and does that affect him mentally? We're gonna have to wait and see with his next fight, whether that's Nate Diaz, whether that's KSI, whether that's someone else. KSI fights at 175, Jake fights at 185. Meet in the middle, just get it done. I feel like now there's a lot of back and forth, and just both camps aren't moving past the first stage in accepting even the weight. I think out of both of them, KSI would be the A side, just in terms of the crowd that he can draw out. I think if they brought this fight to Wembley in the summer, I feel like we would be able to get one of the biggest influencer boxing fight ever, after the KSI Logan in LA. I just want to see the fight done at this point. There's just been a lot of talking, there's been a lot of back and forths, and I don't even know if we're going to get the fight. Point blank, KSI's come out and said if Jake doesn't accept, he's going to be looking on to bigger and better things, i.e. Tommy Fury, and going out to prove that he's the best influencer boxer, and to do that you have to beat Tommy, because Tommy beat Jake, who was deemed as quote unquote the best influencer boxer in the pound for pound ranking. But yeah, I think KSI has to get past his Joe Fournier test first, which I think he will do. I think Fournier looks a lot better on paper than he does in the ring, and I think KSI will prove that come May. Guys, let me know what you think of KSI and Jake, the back and forth. Do you think the fight's actually going to happen at this point, or do you think it's just going to be a continuous back and forth and we won't eventually get the fight that we want to see? But yeah, I'm invested, whether it's now, whether it's August, whether it's December, whether it's next year. I'm invested. I want to see it happen. I want everything put to bed once and for all. I think after that, KSI can retire, focus on Misfits for everyone else. We're starting to see a lot of stars coming out of Misfits. The likes of Waleed, the likes of Dean, the likes of Slim, the likes of Salt Pappy. These guys are all guys that can main event a card. Even Le'Veon Bell, who recently beat JMX. But we're going to have to wait and see what happens. I don't think KSI is going to give up. I think Jake wants to prove himself again. Guys, let me know what you think below. I'll be back again soon.